or Raul was going to be here for the test. He was here, then he went AFK. Now he's gone. Can you try and get a hold of him, Grant?
Yeah, I can do. I think what's happened there is we put 5 p.m. in, but I think he's thinking local time and not because 5 p.m. is when we consider it is actually 6 o'clock.
Right. Looks like another. Never mind. Well, cancel the test, buddy. We don't have enough people, so that's all right. We'll try it again another time.
So what were we going to try to do? Just see if we can get us all four hooked up to it, or?
Yeah, well, no, I know we can get it hooked up to it. It's a bandwidth issue.
Okay.
We need to see how the bandwidth will go with 5 people aboard.
Gotcha.
I mean, we know the other things work with 1 or 2 people, even up to 3, but we have no idea of 5. So, yeah, it's just anyway. I do appreciate you coming in for that, though. And
Yeah,
also,
no worry.
And you and Grant helped me out with Project Fly stuff. Crazy
Yeah.
because keep his website up to date.
So let me ask you about the Lorby installer. Do I just reinstall it,
Yeah.
or do I uninstall the old one and then put in the new one?
No, just hammer down on it. You're good.
All right.
It'll self-update. There's some very powerful tools.
Yeah.
And what happens if you press Fly Now in the Project Fly app?
You know, can't remember. Oh, it just brings you to the screen where you're going to put in your departure and arriving. So do it. Just work through it. It's really pretty cool. It'll, when you do it, let's say you're going, to Denver to Minneapolis.
It doesn't launch the sim and shit like that.
What's that?
Does it launch your sim? Does it?
No, no, it doesn't. It doesn't launch the sim.
Got it. Okay, okay.
The other nice thing as well, like, is if you enter your departure and arrival airports, you get two choices. You can either take in a booking which somebody else has put, well, not a booking, but like a route that somebody else has put in from, say, a real-world flight plan. And there are a lot of them on there as well with the real flight numbers. Or you can just insert your own.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really cool. Once you do that, it'll actually bring up a screen and show you all the live flights. I'm looking, from Denver to Minneapolis right now. Delta, Sun Country, Frontier, United. They're all, tons of flights.
Well, I would never, ever use this thing to select a flight I wanted to do. So.
Well, no, you don't use it to select the flights. I mean, what you do, like, is if, say, we're doing the event from I don't know, like the other day, what was going into Minneapolis, and it'll basically give you all the real-world flight numbers of what goes in there.
Right. So for example, Delta 1716 is a 752 departing at 12 Zulu, arriving at 14 Zulu.
You have to hold to those times?
No, not at all. It doesn't restrict you in any way. It just gives you the data and populates it on a flight plan for you. It actually is connected with SimBrief too. So once you click on it and you do the flight plan, it'll do everything for you, including doing the SimBrief flight plan. And I have it, obviously it automatically drops in all my folders. Even if you pick one of the existing flights, and let's say that particular flight at that time, if you want to fly at that time, like I said, it doesn't restrict you to it. It just drops those times into the flight plan. This is a 737, a Southwest 737, leaving at 12:15. Once I click on it, you still get the opportunity after this to choose which aircraft you want to fly. Now, in the flight plan, it'll say Southwest 737, but you can choose a Delta A320 if you want to, and it won't restrict you from that. You can just modify the flight plan if you want to.
Okay, cool.
Like Grant said, it's just really good reference if you really want to use a real world flight number. You could just look at this list and say, I want to fly a Frontier A320, or actually in this case, it's be an A319. And Frontier Flight 9458 departs at 12 o'clock Zulu, gets in at 2 o'clock. And it even tells you, I don't know if this is true or not, but it gives you the side number. It says this is November 923FR.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty slick. I mean, if nothing else, just to have an advanced logbook where it keeps track of everything, fuel burn, everything like that. But that's, if nothing else, that's what it's pretty cool for.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I just want to see how it works in the stream, so we can check that out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There is another nice feature as well. If you go into the settings and go to schedules, you can select up to 5 airlines. Now this is in the open beta. If you're a blue open beta member, which is what we will be, you can select up to 5 airlines, and it will give you the real world data of all those airlines that you select.
Nice. By the way, one of the non-OVPA FS Reborn beta testers, Eric, Grant's met Eric. I think Steve may have too. I don't know. Anyway, he's having exactly the same issues that I'm having with FS Reborn AI lights. He's got a fresh install of P3DP 4.3.
Now, are you saying it's no aircraft are showing lights, Dave?
No, it's some are, some aren't, and it's across the board. I mean, it's all kind of issues.
Yeah.
Like some aircraft with absolutely no lights whatsoever, external lights whatsoever.
But you know for a fact they should be displaying lights, right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I saw one of them with Dave yesterday when I was having a look with him. Now, the only model that was personally affected for me was the LL787-900, which had no lights whatsoever whilst it was on the approach.
And 800 too is tits up. It doesn't work either. So there are aircraft that we're aware of that do have texture issues. But Grant saw aircraft that the strobes looked fine, and I saw the old strobes or didn't see strobes at all or whatever. It just doesn't work with 4.3. With a complete install of 4.3.
Okay.
Let's see, you got scenery, content, client. What's the fourth one? The fourth component in P3D? I'll look it up.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay, you got the client, content, scenery. I guess it's only 3 of them? I thought there were 4. Well, Grant, you said you did all 3 of those, right?
I did all 3, yeah.
So it's something in the base then.
Okay, since we're out of Atlantic airspace now, we'll go ahead and we'll put it back into vertical or VNAV to take control of the flight management system. Now, what that's going to do is instead of us basically doing the climbs and descents now, we'll let the VNAV control that for us.
Okay, so what do I have to do to get this interfacing with my on hit fly now? Maybe.
Well,
No, you've got to set it up. You want to walk them through it, Grant? Or you want me to?
I'm good either way.
Let me give it a shot. So, Dave, in the lower left-hand corner, you should have a settings gear.
I do.
Go ahead and click it, and then you're going to go to simulator settings.
Okay.
And under connection type, sometimes what I have to do is I got to switch back and forth between SimConnect and FS UIPC, just so it kind of detects it and picks it up. But once it does, it doesn't really say anything. But down at the bottom, you should start to see some streaming information at the bottom in that little box down there.
Okay, let me get my my program set up here. You know, the directories.
Yeah. Hey, Grant, have you ever had it where sometimes it doesn't pick up your, it doesn't say it's not connected, even though you know you got Flight Sim on?
I used to, but do you know what I think it is you've got to, if you're running the sim as an administrator, then you've got to run this as administrator as well.
Okay.
I was going to say that, and I always go and set that up for it. I mean, if I have to do that with software, I always go and change the settings so I don't have to click, you know, right click and hit run as administrator.
Yeah.
So I got that set now. I'm restarting it.
Well, like I said, when you get into the fly stage, you'll see down at the bottom of that screen, it'll say simulator connected. If it's working, it'll have a little green dot. If you don't see that, just go back into the settings. And like I said, what I do to get it to work, if it doesn't work, is just flip between SimConnect and FSUA PC and then back. And that normally just wakes it up and says, oh, okay, well, I should be running now.
Yeah, I don't see the green dot anywhere. If I just swap between the two.
No, you'll see it when you do a fly now.
Oh, I see. Well, I see it. I see the IPC messages being updated, stuff like that. So
Okay, so it should be connected then.
So, all right. So I got that done.
Okay, so now go back to Stratus and go to bookings.
I already got my flight already set up.
Right, and it should be at the very top under dispatched.
I think the only other thing Dave wanted was the streamer tool, the info on the stream. So for that, Dave, if you go back to settings, and on the settings list, the very bottom one, you got streamer tools.
What I'm looking for. Okay.
And what you'll need to do is you need to get the actually, where do you get? Do you have to get that from the website?
Got the overlay link.
Yeah, so you'll need to. It gives you the instructions, but yeah, you'll need that overlay link, and you need to pull out an OBS.
Put that under browser.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. You know, I should be following along with you so I could set mine up too. That was silly of me.
I can tell you again if you want.
Let me see if I got it. Okay, so like I'm in the streamer tools.
Sorry, say again, buddy.
I'm in the streamer tools.
Okay, so first thing you're going to want then is you see where it just says overlay link?
Let me see.
It's like under streamer tools, like it's the very first thing. There's just a box there.
Oh yeah, I do.
So you're going to want to click on show, and it'll give you a link.
Okay.
And then if you copy that, you'll need to go into OBS, and under one of your sources, you'll need to add a source, and it'll be a browser source.
All right, hold on a sec. So create a new source.
Yeah, new source.
Okay, and you just copy and paste the browser in there?
Yeah.
Or that link?
Yeah. Paste that in there, and then you'll want to set the resolution, and if you do 1920 by 1080, that'll do you good, and then you can kind of resize it to fit it how you want it.
Okay.
And let me give you a screenshot of how I want you to do that, Steve. I mean, it's right
Okay.
in Discord right now. Grant's the only one that strays.
Well, you know, he's a rebel.
I've given him some latitude to explore new things and whatnot.
Well, he's British.
But all of our streams should be identical. So Grant's the only one that's got to be different. I gotta be me.
Well, you know, the biggest problem with the guy is he drives on the wrong side of the road.
Well, it starts there, doesn't it?
Well, hang on, no, hang on. The only thing you ever did right, was put the steering wheel on the correct side of the car, and then you drove on the fucking wrong side of the road.
Oh, okay.
One of the best things I ever heard actually is you've seen Top Gear, haven't you? The English one,
yeah.
the proper one.
Oh, I'm not if I ever watched the proper one. I always watch the best one, the USA one.
Oh no, one of the best ones I ever heard off of there was America. The only good thing about America is you can do a right turn at a red light. That's America's only contribution to the Western world.
Yeah, that's true. It is pretty darn handy.
Well, the other one was we want to see if we can play rugby with cars. Rugby? Yes, rugby. For people watching in America, it's like American football, only played by men.
You mean fools that run into each other with absolutely almost no padding on?
Oh, we don't need padding, we're men. Manly men.
There you go. Yeah, but you got the goofiest looking football I've ever seen.
Well, this is the thing though, because you got something called football, but you use your hands. Surely that should be called handball.
I agree. I won't disagree with you there.
You know, what is it, like 6.2 billion people in the world. 5.8 billion call it football. There's only you lot that call it soccer.
How do you know how we even got that name for it?
I can't, I used to know this. I'll have to try and remember it.
My favorite team is Manchester United. Does that make me cool with you or what?
Yeah, it makes you pretty cool.
Alright. Of course, they're about the best team in the world, so.
Yeah.
And don't they have Emirates as their sponsor?
No, that's Man City, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've watched that. So, Australian rules football, is that just a derivative of rugby?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Okay. I just always think it's funny how, you know, you have to punt the ball. Like, you got to hold it in your hand, then hit it with your other hand to somebody else. I just thought that was kind of funny than just throwing it or lateraling it. Makes for some goofy newsreels, that's for sure. I mean, you see these guys try and they miss it sometimes.
Yeah.
Or the funniest is when they get hit from behind or somewhere just as they're getting ready to do it, the ball goes flying and then everybody's running after it. I think we have a game like that in the States, I think, Dave. Wasn't it called Smear the Queer or something like that?
Yeah, boy, I hadn't heard that for a long time.
Oh yeah, God, that was funny. You know, the ball just be sitting there, and you just wait for someone with enough balls to pick it up and start running, and you know, you'd pick it up and you would just get tackled to the ground really fast if you weren't quick.
Hey, real quick, Grant. In the settings under connections, it's got VATS in my VO Pilot Edge and FS Cloud. It wants my. It doesn't tell me what it wants. Does it want my VATSIM number, VATSIM ID number?
Yeah, just your VATSIM ID number.
So I guess our mission will be to get everybody set up with this.
Yeah, we got that. The other one you want to click as well, Dave, is on that settings. Once you've done that, is under app settings. You've got bookings and dispatch.
Oh, 1 second, buddy. I'm already moved on to Discord.
Okay. Well, I'll just let you know real quick. It's nothing major, but if you look at bookings and dispatch after you've done all that, it gives you the folder destinations for all the aircraft and whatnot. So if you do your flight planning through this, you can export it to all the designated folders. So you just need to. It should pick it up automatically, but just have a quick run through and just see if you see anything out of sync. Well, I don't know if you guys would be interested or not, but if you wanted to bail out of Halifax, which is in Nova Scotia, or Moncton, you could catch up with me and join me the rest of the way down to Newark.
What was that, Graham?
If you guys would be interested, I'm just somewhere over Gander, so I'll be over Halifax in about 35 minutes or so, or just around Halifax if you wanted to bail out there and join me for the rest of the way into Newark.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I could do it or not.
Okay, so Grant, you were saying if I go to bookings and dispatch, is that what you're talking about? No, general.
Yeah, so under bookings and dispatch,
Yeah.
you've got all the export directories.
Ah, yes.
So you'll want to check a few of them, because if you download the Simbury flight plans, it'll put them into the aircraft automatically for you. As I say, most of them are picked up automatically. I think the only one is the black box, which is a bit screwy.
Simulator path, yeah, I see. All right, I think I'm good. I think it's golden.
Sweet.
Steve, you up for a flight?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out right now.
I gotta say though, the that Ben overlay, Grant, is a lot easier than the Project Fly thing, but you get more data with Project Fly. So.
Well, the good thing is, once you've got this Project Fly set up, all you've got to put in literally is your departure and arrival airfield, and everything else then is populated for you.
Yeah, I have to give that a try. Oh, there's a new update for the Aerosoft Airbus. Mathis says it's going to solve almost all the problems.
Yeah, the 8.30 or something.
Cool.
And, well, that's with the 320. So that's the problems that we're having with it, Steve, which is why you guys haven't got it yet, because it's still mucked up. Also, Grant, can you check your beta, your SVN download folder, and go in the A321 CFM and look at the Delta textures? There's 2 folders in there. Look at them both. Tell me, in the first one in the list, when I download, I only have one file in that folder. It's missing the external textures, and then if you go down to the other texture folder for the Delta, it's got like 14 files, where the other ones have more, or something like that.
Hang on, Dave. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah.
So, sorry, what am I looking at again?
Say that again.
What am I looking at again? You went off like a wild horse. I couldn't catch up with where you wanted me to go.
Okay. So if you go look at the A321 CFM and sim objects, in the actual download from Aeros, your SVN download, not your My Documents one.
Okay, stand by. Okay, so A321 CFM.
Yeah, and you'll see you've got the under the model, the 4th file down, external CFM Shark Delta. open that folder? How many files do you have?
Stand by. Model external CFM Shark folder.
Yeah, Delta.
I don't have a model Delta. I have a texture with that, but not a model Delta.
How many? You should have four model folders.
No, man, that's 3. It's model external CFM, and model external CFM Shark.
Well, I don't know why the Delta's there. That's what downloaded on mine. How about under textures? You have a Delta texture?
I've got a Delta texture, but that's just I've been in there. That's just the standard textures. But for the models, you should. I don't think there should be one for Delta under model, should there?
I don't think so, but I don't know why it did. Oh yes, because it doesn't. Because the other ones have sat domes or something different on them, and the Delta had something separate, I believe. But anyway, how many files are in your texture folder for Delta? If you just open it down in the lower left corner, it'll tell you how many items, how many files.
$14.
Okay, that's perfect. And you don't have a Delta thing. Okay, well, I'll remove that just for shits and grins, but it downloaded for me. I certainly didn't create it on my own. But I think that's the reason why. Give it a shot and see what happens here. And when I removed it, it removed it. I no longer have a Delta Airlines in the sim. I guess I could cancel it and reload it and see what happens. But one guy's telling me he's got the Delta texture working, that rich asshole. And he is an asshole, by the way. Let me tell you right now. Fucking guy. Pisses me off left, right, and center.
Which guy?
It's somebody on the beta team.
Oh, okay.
His name's Steven Drebeck.
Yeah, that's him. He's not on the beta team now.
He is, and he isn't.
Yeah, he's in between.
You're just not on the internal Airbus team. You're
right.
You are on the OVPA beta team. You know. So yes, you are. You can say you're on the beta team.
Okay.
You should have seen it. I don't know, about 5 or 6 years ago when we did the second version of the Airbus. I was helping out at that time with Shared Cockpit, and because I worked directly with this guy Joshua, who was the programmer of the Airbus for that version, one of them, but he did all the Shared Cockpit stuff and some other things. Anyway, him and this guy Emmanuel asked me to start doing the tech support and everything else, and I put down that I was a member of the beta team on there, and Matthias jumped all over it. He's like, I'm the only one that says. I said, well, then you can fucking tell Joshua and Emmanuel.
Exactly.
Oh my God. That's just when I was getting to know him. You know. Okay, it's there now. Let's see what happens. No preview available. It's probably going to puke all over itself. I'm sure it is. Yeah, visual model could not be displayed. It'll show it. It'll just be empty out there, so it don't work. I'm going to write to Stefan about that and see if I can't get it fixed, because I hate not being able to fly Delta. And it's strange you don't have that model folder.
I might just
Probably a good
re-download it
idea.
again.
Well, it's probably a good idea just to delete it and re-download everything.
So, Grant, have you got a second?
I've got one. Done.
Okay, damn it. Missed my window.
What's up?
So, trying to get that OBS, all I'm seeing is like that OBS screen that shows you, do this and so on and so forth. I'm not actually seeing the data.
Do you have Arrow Admin installed, Steve?
In OBS?
No, Arrow Admin is the thing that replaced TeamViewer.
Oh, no.
Go grab that real quick, and I'll come on your system and show you.
Wait, hold on. Hey, what was it called again, Dave? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that again.
What was the app called?
Arrow Admin. There's an email for you about it.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I was looking for the email, and I don't know what happens. I'm so unused to using Gmail as opposed to Yahoo Mail. Sometimes I just lose stuff.
Do you have Outlook?
Yeah, but I don't have it set up as a client here. Hold on a second. I got your right. TeamViewer ID has been reset. Email. New ALR bus file, as opposed to Airbus.
Oh, okay. I'm looking. Here we go. I'll just resend it.
Was it in the FS Reborn one?
Negative. I'll resend it. It was sent from OVPA.
Okay.
new.ovpa@gmail.com, but I'm just resending it to you now. It was sent on the 27th of
I got it.
Okay, well,
I thought it was. For some reason, I thought it was later than that.
No.
Yeah, never mind, Dave. I figured it out.
Still want you to get that installed though, bro. By the way, the Arrow admin, because
Yeah, I got it installed.
Okay. Well, yeah, let me know when you get your add-on organizer updated too, bro, and I'll show you those tools.
All right, hold on a second.
No, take your time.
Guys, I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Just gotta go throw some washing in the dryer.
Roger. Hey, Brian, what you doing, bud?
Oh, just hit my computer for a couple minutes, so I decided to pop in and say hello.
Good to see you.
Hey, Brian.
Steve.
Oh, since you're both here, I think I don't know if you got my message or saw the message, but I did speak with Stefan about the paint kit.
Yeah, I
really
saw the
don't know
message.
why. Okay, yeah, I really don't know why because he's never not given me whatever I asked for before. I just don't get it. But at any rate, it'll be out next week. So
Super.
I'm back.
How's that long ass 757 flight going for you?
Quite well. Much more relaxing than a short R757 flight.
If you say so.
Speaking from real world experience there, Brian.
It wasn't that bad.
And you flew Continental, didn't you?
To Iceland?
Yeah.
Delta.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, Continental's not been around for about 5 years now, has it? It got bought up by United.
Okay, well, the airline that looks exactly like Continental, except it has United on it.
So United.
That's exactly right.
I don't fly that airline.
Starting to sound like Dave now.
It's just inconvenient. That's all.
friggin' worse things could happen.
Just noticing the tumbleweed passing by after you said that one, Dave.
On the OVPA desktop page, I just figured out where all these welcome things keep coming from. It just says welcome with exclamation point, and it says, you've reached 30 freaking people and everything, and it's Restream. I didn't realize Restream dumped a message out whenever you went active, and all it says is welcome, and so I just changed that. When you catch something like that, it kind of makes you feel like an idiot.
Yeah, I kept seeing that and was wondering, because it happens like 3 times a day.
I know, right? I was like, and I had no idea until I just finally see published by Restream. I thought it was some Facebook fiasco or something going on. Brian, you just hanging out, or are you looking for a flight, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing a long haul offline because I got to go about 3 hours in the store this afternoon here very shortly. So, yeah, my wife wants to do some grocery shopping and some other things, so I'm probably going to be at my computer very much today.
All right.
And that's okay.
Absolutely.
I know this doesn't apply to Brian, but for Dave and Steve, when was the last time you did like a proper transatlantic?
It's been a while for me.
I've never done one.
Oh, we've got to change that.
No.
I do them occasionally.
Too long for me to sit in front of the computer and doing a flight.
That's why this Houston to Anchorage flight I'm doing offline and mostly going to be away.
Houston to where?
Anchorage.
Oh, yeah, I like Anchorage. You've got the Aerosoft scenery, right?
I do.
Yeah, it's great flying in there.
What do you like about it? Just curious.
That to me or to Brian?
Somebody was saying they love the airport. I just.
That was Steve. I like it just because the surrounding area, the fact that it's a freighter stop and there's always tons of freighters in there. In fact, if you go to AvSim's screenshot, you'll see one of the shots that I just posted. Was it yesterday? I was flying out of there going to China, and I just caught this unbelievable, shot of a departure in the early morning.
Cool. Give me a link if you can.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. Try to figure out where it's at. Okay, links in the chat window.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Did you put it in members only or in main chat?
Yeah, members only. Sorry.
Oh yeah, man, very nice.
Yeah, man, and someone's just coming up, and he got all that fog. That's condensation that's in the mountain valleys there.
I love that too.
In fact, this is a flight that I have to have you guys try. I don't know if it's the area location, but this flight that I did from Anchorage over to China ZBAA, I take off and I put it on. I'm in the 7.4, so I put it on the ×4 time compression. And I just go and leave. It's about I don't know, it's about 10 or 12 hour flight or something. But so it gets done in a couple hours. I come back after I'm doing chores and stuff like that. It's at top of descent, or it should be. But one time I was flying it like 2 or 3 days ago, and it was in the background. I had something else in front of it, but I could still see part of the screen from behind. And then all of a sudden it just disappeared. And I'm not sure what happened to it. It just, Flight Sim just closed. So I went on to looked at Project Fly and looked at the map, and it showed where I was, and it was like someplace over China. I don't know exactly where it was, but I got a picture of where the plane icon was because it was still reporting that position. So I go to fly the flight again the next morning and do the same thing, and sure enough, it gets to that what it turns out to be the exact point, and the sim just closes.
Yeah, graphics issue, terrain issue, probably.
A what issue?
Terrain issue.
I was thinking it's something like that, or maybe it's something in the flight plan. Maybe some sort of bad waypoint or something.
What did App Crash View tell you?
I didn't look at that.
Oh yeah, gotta do that. That'll tell you exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And actually, Dave and I were talking about this the other day. There's also that same issue over like the Labrador coast in Canada also, where it'll crash due to terrain issues.
That's what I heard, and I was wondering if it was kind of that same thing. I didn't know if it was aircraft specific, geographical specific, or what.
Tell you one thing, I'm coming up with some high level clouds there. I'm at 380 and I've got clouds that are level or just higher than me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's unusual. I've seen that real world just a handful of times. You know, clouds above 36,000 feet.
Yeah.
I made this run from Columbus, Ohio. I'm talking about real world, and to back to Philly, and we were dodging thunderstorms at 35,000 feet in the CRJ. We were actually, I mean, and they were going up to like 60,000 feet. I mean, it was really something. And I wish I recorded it, you know, because it was just one of those flights and just sit there and watch us bank around big, huge thunder cells. I mean, whew, it was neat.
Nice.
Yeah, it was more like flight sim than flight sim. It was something, man.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
You said you have the Anchorage scenery. Do you have the Fairbanks?
No, I don't have the Fairbanks.
Who does that one?
I don't know who does, but I think it's provided by Aerosoft.
I'm gonna go ahead and get both those sceneries. I got another one too, a brand new scenery that just came out. I've ordered it but not sent my order in, and so I might as well jam on that.
Yeah, Anchorage is cool since they updated to V4, 4.3, and it's got the dynamic lighting. When you pull a big freighter in under, like FedEx, for example, you pull a 777 in under the lights, it just looks so cool.
Is that the one, Grant, that's got the raised taxiway to the runway or something?
No, that's. I was just going to say, like, one of my favorites for in terms of Alaska is Ketchikan.
Ketchikan. That's the one Grant likes.
I love that airport.
Yeah, that's the one that you have to like taxi uphill or downhill to either get to or go from the ramp, right?
Yes. And who makes that one?
Orbix.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have it. By the way, if you guys not seen it, I think it's runway 7 left in Frankfurt with the Aerosoft scenery. Same deal, and it's really something.
Yeah, I think Ketchikan takes it a step higher though. I've seen videos on it. It just looks really cool.
Yeah, I flew using default scenery there with Grant and this guy Mark, and I'm looking at them both in the air, and I'm like, "What the hell, man?"
Exactly.
What are you guys doing in the air? Because my scenery didn't have that, so.
I put the link to the Fairbanks one in the members only chat.
Is that Aerosoft?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get that one too.
I haven't gotten it yet. I have a lot of them. I have most of the ones that Orbix did. I have the Aerosoft Anchorage, Ketchikan, Juneau, I think Valdez. I can't remember the other one.
I just don't fly up there that often, but.
I love flying in Alaska.
Really?
Yeah, it's just cool.
I think the only thing
No pun intended.
because like when me and Dave normally fly, Dave, you tend to do like an hour to 2 hours really, or 2.5 hours a bit at top. So to get to like Alaska, like even from like Seattle, you're still talking like 3.5 hours, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to fly into Alaska quite a bit, but this is a long time ago. I mean, Ketchikan was, once I joined OVPA, so I think Ketchikan was like my limit. But yeah, I used to do Anchorage a little bit.
Yeah, I got Kenai, Juneau, Ketchikan, Valdez. Yeah, and that's it for there, plus the Anchorage, and I'm debating on the Fairbanks. But yeah, the flights are long because the state is half the size of the continental United States.
Huge. Yeah, huge. Pisses Russia off.
Well, that's the old pilot's riddle as well. And see if you guys can get. I think Dave knows this one, so I won't include Dave with this. But what's the most northerly, easternly, westernly, and southerly state for the United States of America?
Okay, go on one more time there.
Okay, so tell me which states are the most northerly, westernly, eastern, and southerly. Which of the 4 states, or what's the 4 states that would be in that bracket?
Alaska, Hawaii, Maine.
Nope. Steve, you want to give that a shot?
I'm thinking. Yeah, are we considering territories as well? So is Guam in the list there?
Nope.
And is it continental United States or all United States?
All United.
Okay, so Hawaii should be the most western.
Nope.
Alaska's more western?
Do you want the answer?
It's the islands. Yeah, go ahead, Brent.
Okay, so the most southerly is Hawaii. The most eastern, or the most northern, sorry, is Alaska. The most western is Alaska. And the most eastern is Alaska because it crosses over the international time date line.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the islands. The Aleutian Islands.
Yeah, the Aleutians. You guys know those were invaded by Japan, right? During World War II?
Yep. Only continental invasion. For the,
Yep.
Not continental, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time the U.S. was invaded, yeah. Well, it's not the only time we've been invaded, if you count terrorism and shit like that, but...
Yeah.
Also, one of the scenes of one of the worst military disasters ever. It was a tremendous number of African Americans were killed up there when a ammunition dump went up by accident, purely by accident.
I'm trying to remember that one.
They didn't. You know what? When it happened, they didn't even tell the country about it because well, I don't know. I don't know what their reasons were. There's speculation through the reasons, and yeah, so it's as far as I'm concerned, it's a black mark on our military. And it was just the people weren't trained to do what the job was, and they gaffed up. You know, they didn't know about different safety things, everything else. There's a lot of speculation. Everybody that was there died. So anyway, it's pretty bad.
The nice thing is when we get the shared cockpit up for the Airbus, and especially on the 321 Neos, is we'll have this kind of range available to us for doing these kind of flights on shared cockpit.
What was that about the Neo?
When we've got the shared cockpit up on the Aerosoft, we can we'll have this kind of range available to do shared cockpit with. And I'm going to drag your asses through all this crap.
Yeah, looking forward
Okay.
to that. And the nice thing is we will be able to do crew changes, crew swap, so we can all get 2 or 3 hours in the aircraft, and then you know.
I'm really looking forward to that though. So go on. I was going to say the one time I'm really looking forward to this though is for the next Cross the Pond event.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. You know it. Well, it won't be the next Cross the Pond event, which will be this fall. We won't have it by then. I don't think. It'll be in beta for sure, but.
Yeah, well, I think it's October, isn't it?
Well, the release date's December right now.
No, I'm on about the Cross the Pond.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, well, maybe not this one, but the next one.
See Matthias's post in the beta thing.
Yeah.
It's the last one. What he always does that. Pisses me off when he does it. Kids. Ah. He means it affectionately, though. What do you think, Steve? You up for one or no?
Let me check with the CFO and the events coordinator.
Perfect. That's what mine is too, by the way.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm a sole trader.
Say that again?
Whilst I'm a sole trader.
Oh yes.
What makes you the sole trader?
Because while Steve and yourself all have to check in with your CFOs and your event coordinators, I just operate by myself.
Yeah, well, it definitely makes that easier to schedule that, but I wouldn't trade what I have to have the freedom to fly more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I agree with that.
In fact, I'm taking the one who must be obeyed to Cancun next week.
Whoa!
That'll be nice.
Yeah, we are going on a very long overdue vacation.
Keep your heads about you.
Yeah, we will. I'm gonna carry a Glock, an Uzi 9mm, and a plasma rifle in the 40-watt range.
Don't bring anything to Mexico.
Oh yeah, we've already discussed that. We're even probably just going to take our wedding rings off and everything. Just we are going with 2 or 3 pairs of swim shorts and tops, a couple of pairs of shorts, a pair of jeans, 1 or 2 collared shirts, and that's about it. Absolutely no jewelry at all.
Yeah, don't bring firearms either. That will land you in the gulag, the Mexican gulag.
Yeah, I know. I was just kidding about that.
Charlie, X-ray.
Did
3,
anybody get
airport
my reference
information,
about
uniform.
the plasma rifle in the 40-watt range?
Yeah. I got it.
Kilo Echo Whiskey
didn't.
Romeo Airport information.
Hey, buddy,
Victor
just what you see on the
1825,
shelves, right,
Zulu
Dave?
weather wind 013 at 6 visibility 10.
It's a quote from the original Terminator.
700
Oh, it's been a long
scattered
time since I've
ceiling
seen that.
4,400
He goes,
broken ceiling
yeah, he's looking at the things that he
6,500
wants,
broken ceiling
guns and stuff. He goes, I
8,000
want a
broken
Uzi
temperature
9mm
7
and a plasma rifle in the 40-watt range.
2 4 advise on initial contact. You
Nice.
have information.
Because
Victor,
obviously,
Kilo
in
Echo
his
Whiskey
time, they
Romeo
had plasma rifles in the 40-aught range. So the storekeeper says, "Hey, buddy, this is what you see on the shelves."
Oh, Fairbanks Pro came out too. Did not realize that. All right, I got Fairbanks and Anchorage. What else? What else do I need?
Oh, well, I was going to say you can't get it from Aerosoft, but you definitely want to get that catch can.
Yeah, if we ever schedule a flight in there, then maybe I'll do that.
Just wait till Orbix has a sale again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I bought a couple of things off them a couple of weeks ago.
Balearic Islands Professional, Mallorca. I think I already have that one, right, Grant?
Yeah.
I think I do. And then there's Minorca. No, and that's also the Balearic Islands. So I don't.
Yeah, if you get the Balearic Islands, you should get Minorca, Mallorca, and Ibiza.
Not for the professional. They got them as separate products. Ooh, Barcelona. I do like to fly into Barcelona. That is a nice flight.
Yes, I enjoy that Barcelona scenery as well.
Yeah, it's neat. We used to do a lot of flying around the Med, Grant and I. I mean, just constantly. It was a lot of fun and very pretty, and you know. Well, I don't know if you guys have that. The old what was it, Grant? Where we used to fly out of a lot there in Greece, Athens. Yeah, do you guys have the Athens scenery?
I don't.
I do.
It still works in V4. I don't know about 4.3, but I'm pretty sure it does.
Okay, 280 miles top of descent. And time for another fuel check. It's the only thing with this flight as well, because it was, up until like last year, the longest flight on the 757, so you've got to keep a damn close eye on those fuel figures on this.
Yeah, imagine a really stiff headwind all of a sudden is going to give you some alternatives to think about, huh?
Well, what they would do is, if they figured that the headwinds were going to be too much, is they would organise it with a stopover in either Gander or Goose Bay.
Wow.
But thankfully, at the moment, like with it being summertime, the winds haven't been too bad. So I'm about 10 minutes ahead of schedule, and I'm expecting to land with about 7.8 tons of fuel. So that gives me about an hour and 10 minutes of holding time.
Okay.
But the nice thing is that someone's put out the proper profiles as well on PFPX for these aircraft now, so the fuel burn figures you get are pretty damn spot on. I mean, by this point here I'm supposed to have 8.7 tons left, but due to the reduced headwind than what was planned is I've actually got about 9.5, so...
Nice.
All right, Dave, I gotta take off. If you load up the Fairbanks, let me know how it is and see if it's worth it.
Oh, okay. I won't have it for a few days, but because I have to email my order thing.
Oh, no big deal. I mean, I don't know how much, if I'm gonna, once I get up there, if I'm gonna turn around and fly back or if I'm gonna tool around in Alaska.
Yeah, guys, and I don't think I'll be able to fly. In fact, I've got to hop off here for a little bit. But it's good chatting with you guys today, and maybe I'll be back a little bit later on this evening, and we can do something.
Oh, sounds good, buddy. All right, you take care, man.
All right, I'm just going to drop down into away from keyboard just so I don't have to close.
Right.
OPVA.
I'm doing the same thing, so I'll talk to you guys a little bit.
All right. See you guys.
Well, David, I don't know if you're interested, but if you want to bang out of Boston, you'll be able to catch up with me coming out to Newark.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. No, I'm good.
Then I'm just going to step away here for about 5 minutes before we start the descent.
Roger, me too.
I'm back.
Native Arizona Bridge, 11 o'clock and 8 miles. Report the bridge in sight.
Roger, we're still in the clouds up here. We will report when we have the bridge in sight.
And yeah, okay.
Southwest 3080, fly heading 04. Southwest 3080, fly heading 040.
Can you repeat again? You got step on.
Southwest 3080, fly heading 040.
Yeah, good evening, Delta. Sorry, United 125 Heavy is out of 18.9 on the Shafter 7.
United 125, United 125, New York Center Squawk 6665.
6665. United 125 Heavy.
American 2292, New York Center, radar contact, 23 miles northwest, Stony Fork, VOR, welcome aboard. Southwest 38, turn 10 degrees left.
10 degrees left, Southwest 3080.
And United 125 Heavy, confirm that was 6625 for us.
United 125, squawk Charlie, that's probably why I can't see you.
Okay, we'll recycle.
And United 125, squawk, verify squawk 6665.
6665. United 125 Heavy.
Alright, United 125, there you are, radar contact, 7 miles west of the Kingston VOR. Cross crank at maintain 7,000. Newark altimeter 3023.
Crank 7000 and 3023. United 125 Heavy.
New York Center, Southwest 4502, checking in with you, flight level 370.
Southwest 4502, you're outside my airspace. Boston Center is closed. Frequency change approved.
Hey, back over to you, Southwest 4502.
Yeah, that airspace I only look only up to
I'm back.
16,000.
Roger, I'm just on New York.
American 2292 cross Genoet, maintain flight level 230.
Here, so this is American 2122. We're out of your airspace, requesting 350 range.
American 2172, sir. I never found you because,
When you get a second,
yeah.
I'm going to give you a
See why?
shot
You're,
here
yeah,
about
verify
the,
squawking
SP1
3-3.
beta for the Mad Dog.
Sorry, say again, Dave.
SP1 beta for the Mad Dog information's out.
Oh, nice.
Okay, the squawk
New
6633.
installer, new folder structure, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, 2172, radar contact.
So there's
Is
blah,
ready to
blah,
pick
blah,
you
blah
up.
in there.
Leave my airspace to the northeast. Boston
Oh,
Center
yeah.
is closed. Frequency change
Blah,
approved.
blah, 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 blah.
And 9292, verify you can't receive voice. Right, thank you. United 125, you can plan the ILS runway to approach into Newark.
Sorry, just slightly broken there. We've got ILS, but not the runway. Can you say again, please?
Expect the ILS runway 22 left.
22 left, United 125 over.
Southwest 3080, turn right heading 090, descend and maintain 2000.
090 on the turn, down to 2000, Southwest 3080.
United 125, descend and maintain 5000.
D, send and maintain 5000, United 125 heavy.
Newark Center, American 3796, flight level 330.
United 3796, near 10 o'clock, 6636.
6636, American 3796.
American 3796, near accelerator contact over the Woodstown VOR. Welcome up.
Position check 3796.
United 125, turn left heading 160.
Left turn 160, United 125.
Southwest 3080, 5 miles from Greco. Turn right heading 190. Maintain 2000 total established, cleared the ILS runway 22 approach.
Turn right heading 190, maintain 2000, fill status on the localizer, clear ILS 2 for Southwest 3080.
New York rating day, lot
One of the
26
Mad Dog
reaching on
download
flight,
failed.
flight level 250. Lot 26, New York Center, squawk 625. Squawk 6625, lot 26.
Now it's cooking.
Sorry, but I've got
It's,
some, yeah.
Southwest 3080, wind 170 at 7, runway 22, clear to land.
Runway 22, clear to land, Southwest 3080.
Lot 26, New York Center, radar contact over trait. Cross Calverton at maintain 12000 and 250 knots. Kennedy altimeter 3025. We cross Calverton at maintain 12000 250 knots and altimeter 3025 at 26. United 125, descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 3000, United 125.
Toronto, good afternoon, Lufthansa 470, we're heavy with you, at level 380. Lufthansa 470, New York Center, say location. Lufthansa 470, New York Center, say location.
Hey, Whopper, how's it going?
Southwest 3080, welcome to LaGuardia. You can exit left when able.
Exit left when able, Southwest 3080, thanks.
In Southwest 3080, you can taxi the parking via Echo Alpha.
Taxi to parking via Echo Alpha for Southwest 3080.
American 3796 cross Deer Park at maintain flight level 190.
In New York, American 3796, we're ready to get lowered. Can we expect Deer Park at 19?
American 3796, I just gave you that instruction. Cross Deer Park at maintain flight level 190.
Alright, sorry about that, American 3796, we'll cross Deer at 190.
United 125, 5 miles from Peterborough. Turn right heading 190. Maintain 3000 full established. ILS runway 22 left approach.
Right, 10 heading 190, maintaining 3000 still established, cleared for ILS 22 left approach, United 125 heavy.
Pilots 26, we can expect the ILS runway 22 left approach into Kennedy.
Runway 22 left approach, expect 26.
United 125, wind variable at 3, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Clear to land 22 left, American United 125.
And Apollo 26, descend and maintain 7,000.
You should maintain 7,000.
American 3796, leave my space to the east. Boston Center is closed, frequency change approved.
Over to you, American 3796. New York Center, Southwest 3080 Parkway, Dave. Thanks for the ATC.
Cheers, see you. American 2292 cross Wendy at maintain flight level 190 at 250 knots.
Are you just now landing?
Just on the short final now.
You're Center United 3360 with information. Squawking 6646. Request taxi to 22 right. United 3360 runway 22 right at Whiskey, taxi via Romeo Whiskey. Correction, Romeo Whiskey.
I'm seeing
Taxi via Romeo,
microstatic, buddy.
Lima Whiskey,
Is that
22
in
right.
your sync, or is that just because of the stream?
United 125, welcome to Newark. You can exit right when able. Cross runway 22 right and taxi to parking via Alpha.
Okay, right when able, crossing 22 right and to the parking via offer is going to be Bravo 67.
Pilot 26 descend maintain 1000.
Can you control the 26, please?
Pilot 26 descend maintain
Buddy,
5000.
did you hear me when I asked
You
about
should
the
have
microstatic?
5,000.
Yeah, I was manual flying though, so I couldn't answer.
Yeah.
But I was lagging a little bit there on the final.
American 2292 expecting LS runway 22 left approach.
Angry Whopper. I love that username. That is, I love that. That's great.
American 2292, verify flight level 190, sir. I'm showing you descending. I need you to maintain 190.
United 125 over is clear at 22 left. Sorry, 22 right.
United 3360, fly the port for departure. Wind 150 at 8, runway 22 right at Whiskey for takeoff. United 3360, fly the port for departure, clear for takeoff, 22 right. Apollo 26, turn right heading 320.
320, 26.
United 3360, New York Center radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 320.
Flight level 320, United 3360.
The 26th Center maintain 2000.
2026.
American 22, turn right heading 190. Descend to maintain 3000. Kennedy altimeter 3024. Apollo 26, turn left heading 50, join the localizer.
There's 250 join the localizer, 26.
Apollo 26, cross Zalpo, air above 2000. Clear the ILS runway 22 left approach.
Resolve above 2000 and we are clear for the ILS runway 22 left, 26 thanks.
Apollo 26, wind 180 anyway, to left for land.
Clear runway 22 left to 26 times.
Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you for a wonderful flight.
American 2292, descend and maintain 8,000. American 2292, turn left heading 130.
Okay, so for the guys on the stream, unfortunately that's going to draw it to an end for us tonight. 8 hours and 35 minutes to take off to touchdown. Been a great flight over from Germany, so the one long haul we get during the week. Should be back on hopefully sometime tomorrow, if not Tuesday. We'll be doing another flight then, so if you're not already subscribed, please do, or follow us. And we'll be trying something different, obviously a different airframe on tomorrow or Tuesday, but thanks for joining us there for the part of the flight you could, and we'll see you all soon.